Good morning. Welcome to the video for Thursday, June the 18th. This will be a video for our upcoming sixth graders. So in the previous video, I mentioned the idea that there would be some additional things in this chapter that we need to look at. So the big thing with that would be working with the coordinate plane. Some of you guys have probably already seen this before, but I wanted to go ahead and give a brief introduction. So our coordinate plane, we can see that up here at the top. Normally we can see that represented with something that looks like graph paper. You don't need that to actually work with it, but it does help to make sure that we're setting up all of the points nice and evenly. So we have two main things that we're going to be working with. We have the x-axis, which runs from left to right, works similar to a number line, as we have negative values on the left-hand side, 0 in the middle, so a point of 0, 0 would be the origin or starting point, and then positive values as we go to the right. The y-axis also works like a number line, but a vertical number line. Our negative values would be at the bottom, positive values would be at the top. Any point that's represented on the coordinate plane can be represented by an ordered pair, which would start with the x value and then finish with the y value. And so a lot of our task will be to look at pictures, let's say like the one at the bottom, and figure out what our ordered pairs should be, or they'll give you the ordered pair and they will ask you to plot that on the coordinate plane. So if we always start with the x value, we're going to count over to the left 2, and then to find our value for y, we're going to count up 3, and that would give us our answer for this. So our ordered pair would be -2, +3. For point Q, we start by going to the left 3, and then we go down 3, so that would be -3, -3. Point R would be over here, and so we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 3. And then point S, we stay on the x-axis. We're not going anywhere to the left or the right, but we are going down 2. So we would have 0, -2 for that. One of the questions at the bottom, it asks you to talk about, make a conjecture or a guess about the x-coordinate of any point that lies on the y-axis. So if our x value is staying on this line, it's going to be 0. We can also have a y value of 0 by never leaving the x-axis. So some of the questions that we'll ask you about are a little bit tricky and have to do with ideas related to that. One more thing I want to show you real quick before we finish for today is an idea of something that you will be using this for. And we can use this to find distance. So if we were, forget the kilometers, let's say it's how many blocks. Actually, kilometers would be much larger. It's probably not fair to say that we would go 1, 2, 3, 4 kilometers, which is kind of pushing close to 2 miles and change to get from the Ferris wheel to a roller coaster. Maybe blocks would be a better representation for that. But all we have to do is count. So let's go back to this idea of working with city blocks. If we were walking from the roller coaster to the bumper cars, we wouldn't necessarily be able to walk in a straight line that is a diagonal. We might have to follow the street because there would be buildings in the way. And so you will also see problems like that where we're going to count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the left, and then where you're going to count up 1. So we're technically 8 blocks away, or 8 kilometers away in this example, but that's how that would work. So we'll give you problems that will say we are this far away from this particular thing, and using that information and the points that are already given, we might ask you to find the location of a specific point and plot it on the coordinate plane. So those are the things I wanted to go over with you real quick for today. We will use this a lot more than just a few lessons to introduce it, but that's a big focus at the end of our third chapter, and then you'll kind of see it sporadically throughout the rest of the year. So hope your summer is going well. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope the video has helped introduce something that we'll be working with next year. Have a great weekend, and I will see you in the next video on Monday.